The federal government is complicit. The day they want this insurgency to finish, it will be done. Actively, they are working with Turkey, they are working with Saudi Arabia, they are working with everything to Islamize. But the real agenda is to take over Nigeria.
This is the evening of Tuesday, April 28, 2026. Good evening, everyone. In every country of the world, there is something that they don't take for granted, and that is a coup. C-O-U-P. They don't play with it, either democratic or a monarch system, or like you see the way China is and other countries that have autocratic system. They don't play with one thing, with a coup. Any forceful takeover of the government, they don't play with it. Most of the time, if you are found guilty of trying to forcefully take over the government, they will charge you to the court, and it's a treasonable offense. And 99.9% of people who have been accused of carrying out a coup never survive it because they used to kill them. So in this situation, what if I tell you that in Nigeria, Buhari's administration for 8 years was doing the exact thing? And that is what Tinubu's administration have continued to do, sponsoring people to organize coup against the country. Now, I want you to stay with me in this video so that you understand the concept and how Nigeria government of APC, especially Buhari and Tinubu administration, are directly and indirectly aiding coup, because coup is a forceful takeover of the government by any kind of person. It could be a military coup, terrorism coup, all kinds of coup. Now, I want to take you back to what happened and how these people actually aided people to take over the government, and how they are still doing it today, because this is a present continuous something. But for that, take a listen to what the former governor of Benue State said. He made a statement when he was the incumbent governor of Benue State. I'm talking about Samuel Ortom. Take a listen.
For some of us, we have chosen to say the truth. Even if we are going to die, let us die and let tomorrow appreciate what we said. And so, as far as I'm concerned, the federal government is complicit. The day they want this insurgency to finish, it will be done. Actively, they are working with Turkey, they are working with Saudi Arabia, they are working with everything to Islamize. But the real agenda is to take over Nigeria. The federal government is complicit. The day they want this insurgency to finish, it will be done. Actively, they are working with Turkey, they are working with Saudi Arabia, they are working with everything to Islamize. But the real agenda is to take over Nigeria. And all these insurgents that you see happening is from Mauritania, is from Senegal, is from Cameroon, is from all over the place, trying to ensure that the indigenous people of this country do not have a say, but the Fulanis have a say. We are not against Fulani people. In government here in Benue State, I have Fulani people who are in my government. I have no issue about Fulanis. And so this is the main problem that we're having in this country. If this government will appreciate and stop deceit against the people, we shall all work as a team. Nigerians, wherever we come, let us cohabit and live together. But where a particular ethnic group wants to take over the country and make some of us slaves, I can never be a slave to anyone. It is better I die and not be alive. I cannot be a slave to any Fulani man. Fulani should live their life. The Tea people should live their life. The Yoruba people should live their life. Hausa people should live their life. Every other person should live their life. But not making me your slave.
Yeah, Samuel Ortom have so many documents around him. He has so many proofs, so many recordings. He has a lot of evidence around him. You know why? Because they were trying to kill him when he was a governor. I mean, they were trying to kill him when he was a governor. They carried out assassination against him. He survived it. And they were not hiding it for him that we have come to take over Nigeria. Yes, Fulani will take over this country. We are going to install Sharia. We are going to Islamize it. Like, they were not hiding it for him. Why? Buhari was in the presidency. And remember that was 2 years after Buhari called for the implementation of full Sharia in Nigeria. Buhari called for the implementation of full Sharia, that Nigeria will become a Sharia state. So that gave rise to all these extremists who actually want Nigeria to become a Sharia state. Now, how are these people carrying out a coup? and I will continue to repeat this to you. Boko Haram, ISWAP, all these people they call bandits, Al-Qaeda, Hamas, to mention but few, they have one mission. And what is their mission? Look at this. Yeah. Their mission is to forcefully take over Nigerian government, overthrow Nigerian government, then establish an Islamic caliphate, an Islamic country that will be governed by the Sharia law. That is just the exact purpose, the exact mission of all these terrorists. And that is what a coup is all about. That is the definition of a coup. For some people to come out with gun, they are military, taking over this country. Now, yesterday, 29 persons were killed in Adamawa State. In fact, it was foreign media that is even reporting what is going on in Nigeria. Most of Nigerian media houses, it seems that, people are now so familiar with bad things that it doesn't shake anyone anymore. If you like, let the whole village be erased, everybody will just be going what they are, just focusing on your business. As far as the person that died is not your mother, it's not your father, that is the way Nigeria are thinking at this moment. And this is very, very dangerous. So these people were trying to recruit back. They went to beg Boko Haram, they beg ISWAP for them to come back into the society, people who want to overthrow the government. And if they capture these people, why do they always charge them terrorism instead of treason? They charge them terrorism instead of treason. You see, these things is just an art of collusion. Art of collusion. Judiciary collusion, administrative collusion, armed forces collusion with these people. You can't tell me that someone who have the mission to overthrow the Nigerian government, if you catch him, you still use the taxpayers' money to refurbish the person, to do all sort of things for the person. I hope it's becoming clearer to you now. You see, right from time, I have always made people to understand the role Turkey is playing in Nigeria, in insecurity in Nigeria, how Turkey is aiding Boko Haram and so on and so forth. Anytime I bring out issue like that, people see it, it seems like this guy is pro-West, that is why, he condemns Turkey, he condemns people. No. I am not the kind of person that do something like that, okay? Now, what Turkey is doing in Nigeria is for the Islamic interest, and what Turkey wants is just for Nigeria to turn to a Sharia state. Turkey is doing this thing because that is the same thing they did in Turkey. Turkey was just a full Christian country, but as time goes on, they turn it into an Islamic country. So they see it that it's a good experience. They have to do it again and again and again to so many countries. So that is why they are now happy to do it in Nigeria. Erdogan said that the cooperation he have with Nigeria is for the Islamic interest. And I continue to ask, is it only the Muslims are in Nigeria? Why would the president of Turkey say that the interest he have for Nigeria is just for an Islamic interest? Do you get it? Now, do you hear Ortom? Ortom did not make this statement last year. It was not last 2 years. It was not last 3 years. Okay, that was last 3 years, right? Yeah. So it's not last year, it's not last 2 years, so that you will not come out to say because Iran is having issue with no, or Turkey is having issue with no. He made that statement far back, and I was, that was last 3 weeks. I made a video trying to compare what the National Security Advisor to the Turkish president, Mr. Erdogan, his name is Mr. Mustafa, the National Security Advisor, how he played a terrorism role compared to as a terrorist, how he shipped weapons using Turkish airline to Boko Haram. We know all these things. What are you people actually afraid of? What are you afraid of, to say the truth? What are you actually afraid of? Is it this life that people don't last? If care is not taken, you are just sleeping, people will surround your house and kill everybody and eat, you are gone like that. I believe so many people are in their grave will regret not even speaking forth. Because if you speak, you will die. If you did not speak, you will die. So it's better you speak. You know that one day, the end of every living soul is death. This is something that we cannot run away from. It is inevitable. Everybody is going to die. So why are you afraid? Why are you afraid of the unknown? Why are you afraid of some things that you are not supposed to be afraid of? Anybody rehabilitating Boko Haram, sponsoring Boko Haram, they know what they want. Forget what I'm saying now. His reason is this, but these people don't see it as a crime. They see it that it is the work of God, the work of Allah. That these people are soldiers of Allah. Go and Google it now. At a time, so many prominent people today say that Boko Haram is a blessing to northern Muslim. Can you solve this puzzle that a governor appointed Boko Haram as a commissioner of religious affairs for the implementation of Sharia, and Boko Haram mission is overthrow Nigeria, and you are appointing the person as a commissioner? Like, I want you to reason. I want you to reason. Like, people who actually want Nigeria to be conquered by these people are many, and they cannot do it by population control, like the way they are doing in the West, in Europe, in Australia, in Canada, in the US, and the United Kingdom. What these people are doing, they are using population control. Outbid these people, give more birth to children, have more babies. The Europeans are no longer having babies. Their population were declining until immigration invasion started. The same thing with America, with Canada. It is a global mission. So they see that they cannot use gun in these Western countries. They will eliminate you. You will not succeed. But in Nigeria, West Africa countries, you know what? They can do this. They can do it because they cannot also use population or outbetting us. You have 2 wives, I have 2 wives. You have 3 wives, I have 3 wives. You have 10 children, I have 10 children. So it's going to be eternity waiting for nothing. You won't succeed. So because of that, they look into vulnerability of the people, which is defenseless. And they started using ethnic cleansing, principles of infiltration, principles of Ahudabiya, peace deal, Takeya, just fronting the people. And these people have gone far. So Tinubu administration, Buhari administration are directly sponsoring coup. That if the coup happened, these people also have the same ideology with the terrorists. So it could go well with them. Anybody trying to say that they are de-radicalizing someone without changing the religion that made the person to do that thing. Because this is all about religion. The person is still reading the same book. The same book that motivated the person is still reading it. And you say you have, de-radicalized the person. No, it is a bullshit. It's totally nonsense.